Hi everyone, welcome back to part 5 on how to make a game like Arsenal in Roblox or a first person shooter. Before I start this video, I just want to let you guys know that now I have a Patreon. So if you guys want to support me or just want to get all of the game files without having to follow the entire tutorial or series, I have a $10 membership where you can get all of my tutorial files, the simulator game, the first person shooter, and the Friday Night Funkin' game. And let's start. So what we'll be doing is adding shooting and also fixing up the. Actually, we don't need to do that. I think So what we'll be doing is adding secondary weapons and making the shooting actually work and damage the player. So to do that, what we'll be doing is adding a cooldown in here. So we'll have a cooldown. So enter your pistol script and local cd shoot or local shoot underscore cooldown is equal to false. And when they shoot in the shoot function, let's try to find it. I think it was here on equip recoil. Yeah, let's change this to shoot. And instead of having to do mouse dot button one down, we'll do gun dot activated colon connect function and shoot. We'll call the shoot function, and what we'll be doing is sending mouse dot target. And in here we will get the target. So we're gonna get target, and in here we'll check if target, or before we do that we'll make the cooldown work. So if not cd, then cd or actually sorry, it's not cd. If not shoot cooldown, then shoot cooldown is equal to true. And after setting that to true, we'll make the recoil, and then we'll check if target dot parent find first child humanoid, then, and we will fire the remote event. So inside of replicated storage, we'll add a remote event. We'll add inside of the main games folder, we'll add a folder called remotes. So we're gonna rename this to remotes, and we will add a remote event to it, and we will rename it to shoot. Replicate, and in here we're gonna do replicated storage, main game, sorry about that, main game, and we will get the remotes folder and the shoot, and we'll fire the server. So we're gonna fire it. We're gonna send the mouse dot target. Alright, so after doing that, we're gonna wait a couple of seconds. So we'll do that inside of the module. So enter your view model config, and we'll do module dot time dot cool down underscore between, or cooldown underscore between underscore each underscore click is equal to, and we'll make it 0.5 seconds, and we're gonna copy all of this long variable, and we're gonna wait module position module dot no, I think it was called gun module or something like that. So config, yes, it's config dot and cooldown between each click, and we'll set the shoot cooldown to true. I mean false. And after doing that, what we will be doing is inside of the server script, inside of server script service, we're gonna add a script, and we're gonna rename it to main or game logic. Now, after adding the game logic thing, all we'll be doing is getting the player service. So we're gonna get players is equal to game.player game, calling get service. Get service, and we're gonna get players. After getting the player service, we will get the replicated storage service. So local replicated storage is equal to game, calling get service, and the replicated storage. After getting both of these, what we'll be doing is having a let's do replicated storage and main game, and let me just something real quick. Alright, so main game and remote, and we'll get the shoot remote, shoot dot on server event colon connect function, and we will set this to the player and hit and then gun name. So after doing that, what we'll be doing is going back to the configuration script, and we're gonna do module dot damage is equal to and something like 10. Alright, so keep in mind that the health of the humanoid is usually set to 100, so 10, they will need to shoot the player 10 times to kill him. So after doing that, we'll also send the gun name. So mouse.target, script.parent.name. Alright, so we got the view model. We'll rename the view model to let's rename it to the name of the gun. So this is a pistol, so we're gonna rename it to pistol. And in here, colon vector child, instead of doing view model, we're gonna put that to pistol. After doing that, what we'll be doing is sending gun dot name. After doing that, go back to your game logic script, and we're gonna do local gun module, and is equal to replicated storage. We're gonna do main game. I don't know why it keeps on putting these emojis. Main game, and we're gonna wait for the guns, and we'll do colon find first child and gun name. So gun name, and instead of doing this, we'll do local is gun, and then we'll let me check if I'm still recording. Yes, so we'll check if is gun, then also make sure to spell is gun correctly, capital I and capital G. Now we'll do local gun module, and the reason why we are doing all of this instead of just sending how many damage, we want to damage the player, because we're gonna make it not easy to exploit. Now you still can exploit the cooldown, but that's not really a problem. We might fix that in the next tutorial. So if is gun, then gun module is equal to require and is gun. Alright, so what we're gonna do is create a variable for the damage. So local damage is equal to nil, or let's just set it to damage. Damage is equal to and gun module dot and damage. So we're gonna just get the damage, and that's it. Now what we're gonna do is if target, or I think it was called hit. Yes, I think we should rename this target. We'll check if target dot parent is equal to if target dot parent colon find first child humanoid. Then what we'll be doing is humanoid local other player or local player to damage, or actually we don't need to do that, we just need to do this and on take damage and damage. Alright, so that should be it. Now we're gonna select this dummy and we're gonna add the humanoid to it. So there's already a humanoid, so that should work. So I'm going to play the game, see how this works, and let's see. So we just joined, we are in first person, we're gonna equip the gun, we'll shoot, and nothing happens. Now that's because, oh god, first person. Okay, so attempt nil with the argument, so gun model is equal to acquire, confine for start gun name, game duplicated storage, main game guns. Alright, so I'm going to make sure that this is renamed correctly, so guns, and we'll get the gun name. Oh, okay, well, I get it now. Confine for side gun name is equal isgun.config. Sorry about that. Now it should work perfectly. So we'll go ahead, play the game, and see how this looks. I also messed up a bit with the a walking animation, and now it looks pretty good. And as you can see, now we can shoot, and it looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna make this look a bit better by, I think, making it so that you can see the player holding the gun. So to do that, you're gonna select your pistol. You wanna go here, put it in the workspace, and actually no, what am I doing? You wanna select your dummy, or if you don't have the dummy right here, let me just uncheck show constraint details. Just go to plugins and go to rig build or build rig and spawn in your rig. Now you want to go to the animation editor plugin and make a nice little animation for it. So let me actually find it. I think it's this. Yes, you're gonna select your dummy. You wanna make a nice little holding animation for the gun. For me, I'm just going to do anything really. So I'm just going to have it so that you hold it like this. Let me just uncheck that to rotate it freely. So I'm just going to do something very simple. I'm not an animator, so I'm not a good animator. So I'm just going to do this. So like that, move it like that, press R. I'm just going to move it like that, and this should do. Now what you're gonna do is you wanna go to these three dots, set animation priority, and set that to action. Now what you wanna do, make sure loop is unchecked. Go to the three dots, export. Now you're gonna make it to pistol hold, and then you want to copy the ID. So press this little button right here, and then you want to open up your notepad, paste in the ID just so that you don't lose it, and then just leave this. Okay, so now what you want to do is go to the pistol, or actually inside of the guns folder, pistol animations, add a another folder, and we're gonna rename this to character animations. Character animations, and then you want to add a animation, and then we're gonna rename this to hold, and you want to set the animation ID to your ID. Now you want to go back to the pistol, and we will go ahead and get the animation. So local animations, we'll do gun hold, so gun or character hold, and is equal to view model dot character animator dot animation controller dot animator load animation. You want to copy this line of code, paste it right here, and you want to put some brackets, and view model dot character animations, and then we will get the hold animation. So dot hold, and that should work. So we're gonna check if the name is spelled correctly. Yes, it is. And what I forgot to do is add a comma over here to separate the since we are using a table and a dictionary, so that should be working now. What we're gonna be doing is inside of the equip function. So let's try to find the equip function. Okay, so it's here. Alright, so animations, or actually, sorry about that. What I just realized is that we don't want to load the animation to the view model. We will load that to the character. So character and humanoid, gonna load animation and that. Now, after doing that, all we have to do is go back here and do animations, character hold, just copy what you renamed it to, and we're gonna play it. So on play, and now we're gonna copy this and go to the unequip function, and we're gonna stop it. Okay, so now you wanna go ahead, test the game with 2 players, see if this works, and yeah. Also, if you wanna see my settings for the holding, it's this. Alright, so we're gonna wait for this to load and see how it looks. I'm just going to put on my headphones, and I think we are loaded, and we're gonna try to equip the gun, and we have an error. Alright, so we're gonna figure out a way to stop this. So it says, let's see, so humanoid is not a valid member of workspace. Not player 1. Okay, so that's very, very, very simple to fix. We're just going to change this to character, wait for child and humanoid, and that should be working now. So I'm going to firstly test it with only 1 player and see if there's any errors. And I'm also going to turn off first person for now. Okay, so this is taking forever. Okay, so now I think everything works. Yes. So we're gonna go to test. I'm going to turn off first person. So start your player. We're gonna do max or minimum camera max zoom distance, and I'm going to change that to like 128. Just for testing, you don't have to do this. I just want to see if the animation loads correctly. And we'll start another 2-player server and see how this looks. You also need to play the shooting sounds on the server, which we'll do in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. And we're gonna try to hold the gun, and as you can see, it is being held. And as you can see, the other player can see you holding the gun. Now I might be adding a shooting animation very soon. And we have a little problem here. Actually, you don't. So it does damage the other player. You can kill others. Also, the recoil is kind of bad, but we will fix that in the next episode. So you can damage others. The other player will die, and he will be able to equip the. Oh, we have a little gun here. We have a little problem here. Okay, let's see. So I'm just going to zoom out, zoom in, and as you can see, the problem is we have an error. So load animation requires the humanoid object player 1 can't get the descendant thing. Humanoid object, so to be a descendant of the game objects. That's kind of a weird thing. Okay, so I guess we're gonna fix that right now, or maybe in the next episode, because I don't really have time for that right now, but we'll fix it. Okay, so in here, what we're doing is waiting for child. Okay, so I think the best way of doing this is by putting a variable right here. Local h is equal to character. I'll find first child. I'll wait for child and humanoid, or uh or let's change that to or character. Can't find first child humanoid. I think that's kind of useless, but we'll see how it goes. Or nil. Now we'll check if character is not equal to nil. So if character is not equal to nil, I mean if h is not equal to nil, so we're gonna change this to h. So we're gonna check if h, then okay, so I have a little problem here. So we're gonna do that from here. So if h, then, and we're gonna do character ID is equal to. Actually, we're gonna select the table, so animations, and we'll put that here. So animations, character hold is equal to h load animation humanoid. And then we're gonna copy this line of code. And inside of our equip thing, we're gonna check if h, then, or if h is not equal to nil. And we'll make sure that we have if h is not equal to nil in here too. And then we'll go back to our unequipped thing and we'll check if h, then, so if h is not equal to nil again, and we will stop the animation. Now we'll go ahead, play the game, and see how that looks. Okay, so I hope this works. Okay, so it's loaded, and let's view our output. And try to equip a gun. As you can see, everything works fine. We can see the player holding the gun. And now we're gonna switch to the other tab. We'll equip this, and it works perfectly. And if we try to shoot this player, I wish I turned the damage to something like 100, so we can damage the player easily. So wait for the humanoid, and oh god, another error. Pretty easy to fix. So load animation requires the humanoid to be a descendant of game objects. Well, I think I'm going to fix that in the next tutorial. But if this helped, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!